Making HoneyPOP flowers with honeycomb paper pads and the fabulous Flowers HoneyPOP set is a lot of fun. You can see there are lines on the honeycomb paper pad, and there are arrows on the pattern stamp of my flowers set. Now usually with most of our HoneyPOP sets, you can stamp the pattern stamp wherever you want on the pad and it doesn't matter, as long as the arrow on the pattern stamp is going in the same direction as the arrow printed on the honeycomb paper pad. This is the same case with the Fabulous Flowers set, but with one major exception. With these stamps, you want to make sure the arrows are placed directly on top of the glue lines of the honeycomb pad. You can see how the glue lines run in the same direction as the printed arrow. So here I stamped the flower pattern stamp so the arrow of my stamp is right on top of the glue line. Whether you line up the arrows with the darker recessed glue lines or the raised lighter ones, it doesn't matter. It'll work either way. Now I'm cutting out my flower pieces. I made two since we're making a double layered flower. When you're ready for assembly, take your first piece and just stretch it out, rotate it, and flatten it against your work surface. Check both sides of the piece, since they sometimes look different and you might prefer the design on one side over the other. I used a black ink pad so you could see things easily in the video, but if you're finding that your ink bleeds through the honeycomb tissue, here's a tip from our friend Nancy Freeman. Try using a white pigment pad instead. For the base of our flower, we need some sticky circles. I'm using wide score tape that I punched with circle punches. You can use giant glue dots as well, such as the Gloobers from Cosmo Cricket. I'm starting with a 1.5-inch score tape circle with the sticky side face up, and I just take one of my flattened honeycomb pieces and start attaching it to the outer edge of the sticky circle. I continue wrapping it around until I reach the beginning point, and then I can cut or tear off the excess tissue. For the second layer, I'll repeat the same process, but attach it to the inside portion of the sticky circle. This is so fast and easy to do, and it looks great with the same color repeated like I'm doing here, or you can layer two different colors for more contrast if you wish. Again, tear off the remainder when you reach the starting point. Then I'll attach my 1-inch sticky circle to the center of the flower. To decorate the center, you can use any kind of button or tin pin type embellishments. Today we're using the Tim Holtz Ideology accoutrements in Fanciful. Note that on the sample boards, the buttons may vary because we're using up all the buttons in the pack. I took my Tim Holtz tonic scissors and cut off the shank on the back, and now I can attach it to the center of my flower. And there you have it, a pretty honeycomb flower embellishment ready to peel off the back and stick onto your card.